Hello, brothers and sisters. I just wanted to come on here and give a word, and this word is based off of what is about to take place in this month of August. A lot of people, you have to understand, your testimony is going to save a lot of lives. So it was very important to go through what you went through in order to become who you are now for God's glory. Because you're about to give your testimony to the public, and it's going to change people's lives to the point where they're going to want to go through what they need to go through in order to serve God and also have the life they always desired. Okay, so this message came to me when I was watching a movie called The Runaway Maid, and it will be in the description box if you want to watch it. But basically, what God was basically saying, because it pertains to anybody that has been walking with Jesus and you had to go through steps and persecution and all this in order to receive the promises he had gave you. He had to prepare you. So you had to go through wilderness, isolation, and persecution and everything, and overcome your weaknesses, your fears, in order to become the warrior that he needs you to be in your promised land and receive the promises he has for you. So basically in that movie, her dad had died and her family had received all his wealth, her brothers. But the brothers were arguing with each other behind their father's wealth. So they end up dying. They killed each other. So the daughter was last left out of the lineage, and when the brothers died to take over the dad's wealth, she had the family came in and took everything from her, his brothers, his sisters, and everything. They came in and took everything that was left over after they knew the brothers died to protect it, and kicked her out on the street. So she was homeless, so she went and lived with a friend, and a lot of stuff happened when she lived with this friend. So she had took off running. She was homeless, and she got picked up by this guy. He seen her running. He stopped her and he said, "You need help?" And she said, "Yeah." And he told her to get in the car, and he let her come live with him and his brother. It was crazy because him and his brother were going through the same situation. They were fighting. He was the oldest brother, and his younger brother were fighting over his dad's stuff that he left to them. But by their tradition is the oldest always takes over and just gives to the youngest until they feel like they're mature enough to give them some of the wealth. So she seen that these brothers were fighting every day behind the wealth. And so one day the oldest brother that helped her, he left. He went to the business and was working. And the younger brother stayed there, and she said, "Can I talk to you?" And at first he was like mean to her. He wouldn't talk to her. He would say little stuff to her, and try to be funny, But this day he actually took the time to listen to her, and he said, "Okay." And so she said, "You and your brother need to stop fighting." She said, "Before you end up like my brothers. They my late brothers. They are deceased. Because they did the same things you do." And she said, "You should love each other and work things out. And before your enemies come in and take everything that your dad worked hard for from you when you walk or when you die, like my brothers did." So she didn't know what type of effect it would have on him once she said that. That was her testimony. It did affect him. It made him to look at what really mattered. The things that his dad, he gave it to both of them. But what would it be if you both were not here to share it with each other? If you both killed each other over it, it would be nothing. And like she said, the family would come in and take it. And there's nothing to leave your children. There's nothing that you can carry on and from generations to generations. But the main thing he was pointing out here is that her testimony helped these two brothers understand what each other meant to each other, because after she said that to him, it's all he needed to hear to come to his brother and tell him that he was sorry and please forgive him, because he didn't understand what that really meant that they mean more than the material things that was given to them. They are loving brothers. And he said, he came to her and he told her thank you. And he asked her, what did she say to him? Because it changed them, and they never had a better relationship than what they had. And then later on down the line, the younger brother ended up being her husband. That was her husband. She ended up marrying him. They both fell in love with her, the older brother and him, but she ended up falling in love with the younger brother, the one that mistreated her and was mean to her at first. And then also his best friend also had fell for her. So they all was like in love with her, but she ended up falling in love with the younger brother. So it's crazy that, he was showing that you went through everything for a purpose. A lot of you might feel like, okay, I'm just frustrated, I'm discouraged, I keep, waiting, nothing's happening, or whatever the case may be, because it doesn't look like you thought it would at this time, but it's happening now. And he's saying your testimony is going to be so impactful on people, like it was. Like her telling that she didn't think it would impact these brothers' life like it did, but it did. It transitioned not only their life, but her life. She gained a husband. Now she doesn't have to worry about anything because she was born back into wealth, because he has wealth his dad left. So look what happened to her. Her testimony not only changed somebody else's life, but her life also. So look how God works, and that's what people have to understand. He can do anything. You never know by telling somebody what you have went through, how it can change somebody's life. What it can do for somebody. You never know. You might be telling, like she was telling her own husband her truth, and that's what happened. It changed him. She changed him, and she also changed the family, and she also benefited from it as well. So he realized that was his wife, because he was one of them that spent money, girls. He was just blowing money, and then when she came in, he started to transition. He wasn't that person anymore when she came in his life. So your testimony is very big. It means a lot to you and to other people. That's why you had to go through it. So I just wanted to say that, because a lot of people need to understand why they went through what they went through. It happened for you, not to you, and that's how you have to look at it, to understand that it's a blessing. It's a blessing for you and others, the souls that are attached to you. So I just wanted to say that. Much love and all praises to the Most High.